I am the big tank.
On the battlefield of life, nothing's harder than a tank. Yeah, have you ever met a man, hearts full of love, bigger than a tank?
Big tank.
He served in a few wars, he's a veteran that stands for a cause. For the best interviews and news, just keep it glued to the
Tank. I
tank.
am the tank. Big
Big
tank.
Tank Talk.
Tank.
Big Tank Talk.
Tank. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Big Tank Talk. Today, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing to those of you on Clapper that don't already know her. This is Dirty's Midget, also known as Val, and you'll hear me refer to her as Val throughout the interview. Val, welcome to Big Tank Talk.
Thank you.
It is certainly a privilege to have you here, and I'm glad you're here. So every first question is the same. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be on Clapper.
I came to be on Clapper, God, I want to say 3, 4 years ago. Went back when it was still radios.
Yes.
Via my mama. I was in one of her lives on my birthday, and she's like, join Clapper, join Clapper. So I ended up joining.
Okay. I'm going to start with Tabby's question right out the gate, even though I have several already written down. She says, how long ago did you become a hooker? And by that, she means when did you start crocheting?
When I was 11. Started hooking at 11.
And guys, she does phenomenal work. If you want a blanket or something that can be crocheted, definitely give her a shout, a DM. Her prices are reasonable. It's really good. Lena says, what famous woman would you like to flash you?
I got two. Abby Shuto from NCIS. Yes, please. And Pink.
So one dirty carpenter, you may know him. He says it's true you had to take your permit test in a Tonka toy.
We talked about this one last night. No, it was a Hot Wheels.
Okay, my first question that I had prepared. So tell us, how does it feel to be a midget?
The struggle is real, especially when you're at the grocery store and you're trying to reach stuff on the top shelf. You usually just wait at one end of the aisle and wait for someone taller and be like, hey, can I borrow your tallness for like 2 minutes? Thanks.
Okay, now a related question. Is Mighty Mouse your favorite superhero?
My coworker calls me Mighty Mouse.
Oh, so you are a superhero then. Okay. You'll like this one. You're pretty vocal about being a brat. You're not bashful about saying so. What makes you a brat?
I'm innocent. I don't know what you're talking about, Tank.
Okay, I know that's not true. That, folks, is just an example of her being a brat, just so you know. Erickson wants to know, what's your favorite show on TV?
I have a few. I like NCIS, even though I've seen it 1,000,001 times. Blind Spot, Chicago Fire. Oh my God, 911, Lone Star. There's a few of them.
So Vam wants to know if you could wipe your nose on Dirty's fly because you're a midget.
I have to squat a little bit, but yeah, pretty much.
All right. This is a two-part question. I'll give you the first part first, and then I'll get to JoJo after the two-part. What's the best thing about being 4'9"?
I don't hit my head on a lot of things.
That'd be a plus. What's the worst thing about being 4'9"?
I can't reach the top shelf on anything.
Has Dirty ever put you on top of the refrigerator?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
All right. JoJo says, do you believe pineapple belongs on pizza with sausage and pepperoni?
No! Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
No, what she means is pineapple does not belong on her pizza. It
Does
absolutely
not belong
belongs on
on
the pizza.
pizza. No, sir. No.
But it does belong on my pizza, just saying. All right, Val, I have to know. In your opinion, who is Clapper's most notorious midget bully?
Vito. He picks on me all the time about being a midget.
And he's done videos about it too. I've seen him.
He has. It's Vito.
Lost in the Woods 2 says, were you in fact the original Lucky Charms mascot?
No, I was the original Keebler mascot.
Okay, just to keep the variety of questions, what's your favorite firearm to shoot?
Oh, God. Of the ones that I have or the ones that I have shot?
Just your favorite yeah, if your favorite is one you have, that's great. But if your favorite is something you don't own, what is it?
I enjoy the ones that we have, but I think the funnest one that I've shot that we have is my 22. It's fun. It's just fun.
Okay. A related
The only
question.
10-round clip kind of sucks.
Yeah, I get that. When did you guys first start using Hello Kitty as a target?
When this one Cuban lover decided to put me in a Hello Kitty t-shirt.
I remember that. I got to go back because this question got taken away before I ask it. JoJo wants to know: are you quality control for the Keebler Cookie Company?
I am.
Ronan wants to know: what's your favorite all-time rock band and country band because you like music a lot, which you do.
I like all country music. I like the older country music, not their. Some of the 2000s I'm okay with. Some of them not so much. I like AC/DC. I like Lone Star. I like Creed. I mean, I can't really say I have a favorite
Right.
because I like them all.
Okay. What do you do for work?
Currently I am an EHR training specialist, which means I train the new hires how to use our EHR system or electronic health record, which we use NextGen. But I also have a medical assisting license that I've had for about 8 years.
And what does medical assistants do for people that don't know?
So that person that calls your name to go in the back, they get your weight, they get your height, they go over your meds, they get your blood pressure. That's me. That's what I do.
Okay. Tabby would like to know, what's your favorite sushi roll?
Ooh. So here in Washington, there's a place called Tacoma's #1 Fried Rice. I like their Seattle roll. And then in Vegas, there's a couple places that do a lemon roll. I like that one. Rainbow rolls aren't bad, but I like salmon nigiri the best.
Yeah, you can have all of that. I won't eat any of it. Anyway, Dirty wants to know, is it your life goal to be tall enough to qualify to be a gnome?
No, I'm too tall to be a gnome. I'm a half an inch too tall.
Okay. How many states have you lived in?
Oh, Jesus. All right. Let's see. Massachusetts, North Carolina, Georgia, Arkansas, Texas, Florida, California, Nevada. 9.
And what's your favorite one?
Washington. I
Okay.
like the views.
Welcome in, American Truth. It's good to see you, brother. So tell me, what is it like to live in Sin City?
Honestly,
Vegas.
for me, it wasn't horrible, but I also moved there when I was like 7, 8 months pregnant. And
Right.
then there's not a whole lot to do, honestly. Going there on vacation, yeah, it's not so bad, but to live after the first year, you get bored.
So what you're saying is if you're not into gambling, alcohol, or hookers, there's really nothing there for you.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Good to know. Lena would like to know, what's one thing we don't know about you that you're willing to tell us?
Um, I used to be a volunteer firefighter. My biggest regret is meeting my sperm donor in real life.
Right.
No idea.
Erickson would like to know, do you like Asian food? Hey,
Yes.
Shade. Now, among the varieties of Asian food, do you have a favorite?
Food. Food.
Okay, I'll let you go with that one. Um, somebody asked, and I can't remember who now, Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper?
When I used to drink soda, Mountain Dew and Barks root beer.
So you obviously you don't drink soda now. What's your drink of choice now?
Coffee.
That should have been a no-brainer for me to figure that one out.
Coffee, sweet tea, water, brisk.
I'm backing
Mostly
up.
coffee.
So I missed one. Yeah, Ronan wants to know, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation.
That's a good one. So Dan says you're too tall to be a gnome, but not a giant. Do you qualify as a hobbit?
No, I'm too short to be a hobbit. I'm somewhere in
And her,
between.
feet-
A little
and her
odd.
feet are and her feet are too small to be a hobbit.
Yeah.
Drew says, were you a
Just because I wear
firefighter?
trolley tags.
Were you a firefighter using Tonka toy fire trucks?
No, not Tonka toy fire trucks. But yes,
Oh wow.
firefighter.
Van wants to know, do you actually have to get on your knees to give dirty oral?
No.
Take care, Shane. That's as much of detail as we need for that question. So here you go. Are you afraid to get on elevators with people because you'll be the first one to smell it?
I distinctly remember that question coming up in conversation with my husband. And the struggle is real. The struggle is real, especially if they're really taller than me.
To be fair, Val, you knew I was going to talk to Dirty and get some ideas for questions. So that shouldn't be a very big surprise to you.
Nope.
So I am aware, and your friends are aware, that you meet up in Vegas with, Vito and that group of friends. When did that start for you guys? For you and Dirty?
For me, at least, I so I lived in Vegas for 10 years. I met him in April of 24 is when we actually met face to face. 23, 24. Not this past April, but the April before that. And then this year was my first year going down and meeting everybody. I met Vito and Dirty the year before last.
Right on. Erickson, I have a similar question, so I'm just going to ask it the way I have it, and it's a regular question I ask people. If you could travel into the past, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self?
forgive yourself sooner.
Okay. Why? Just out of curiosity.
There were things that situations I was in that I blamed myself for a long time.
I
And it wasn't
understand.
until I met someone really special to me, that helped me realize just it's not worth it to hold on to, and forgive yourself
Right.
for it.
Understand. Lost in the Woods says, why do you not play Fallout 76?
I tried playing one of the Fallout games. I got stuck in like third person, couldn't get myself out, and it drove me insane, so I stopped playing the game.
I've never even tried it. Nisi wants to know, what's your favorite coffee and coffee place?
Easy. Okay, I need a little bit of clarification. Are we talking about here in Washington or in Vegas? Because I have an answer for both.
Maybe I got that question up next anyway.
In
So,
Vegas, it would have to be the human being, because delicious. And then here in Washington, I like Bigfoot. Gravity's okay. But there's a one that I've been going to lately. It's called Good Vibe Espressos. Really good.
welcome in, Sharon. Dirty wants to know, is your dream bed still found in the toddler bed section?
Only on Wayfair. It's only classified as a toddler bed on Wayfair.
I assume, Vito, that word is against, not again. He said, do you like to be put against the wall in parking garages?
Vito, that's a secret.
All right, Tabby's question, and it's one I have on my list. What was your inspiration for Wonderful Wiener Wednesday?
I don't have a wiener, and some of
For
the
which
things
I'm
like I just
Dirty.
like, how do you itch it? Like,
I'm sure Dirty is thankful for that fact, by the way.
yeah,
So what?
he's
So
very.
what is it? So you've done several. What is your source for the questions you come up with for Wonderful Wiener Wednesday?
Um, so people will ask me these questions. Conversations throughout the week will inspire me for questions. I've gotten a couple questions from my own husband.
Okay. Now here, one more question on this. Of the questions that you've asked wiener owners, what's your favorite?
Which one's my favorite? Ooh, one that I'm actually going to be asking this week.
So we have to wait, guys, because it doesn't come out till Wednesday.
He does have a wiener tabby, but I'm like, I need inspiration. He's like, well, you can ask about this or this, and I'm like, yes.
Ronan asked, as a kid, did anyone ever pick on you because of your size and someone stepped in to help you? I guess that's two questions. Anyone ever pick on you for your size, and did someone step in to help you?
Yes, I've been picked on for my size. Up until I think the sixth grade, I was in a extra small six, like 6SX. Um, and no, I was such a tomboy, I'd punch him in the face.
So that's a good answer, by the way. Lena wants to know, what's the hardest thing you've ever done?
Physically, mentally, or emotionally. Hang on.
Yes. I didn't ask the question, Lena did. So Tabby says dirty's probably the answer for that. But let's go with if you have different answers for each, give us the hardest thing physically, emotionally, and whatever the other one was.
Um, Physically, I will say doing The Ranger course on Fort Benning. That was a pain in the balls. I
And you don't even have balls. Go figure.
know. It was a pain in the taco. Mentally, probably going back to school, getting my GED, and then going to school for my MA. And then
Right on.
emotionally forgiving myself for shit that I've done and shit that was done to me.
But it's absolutely necessary.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and explain why it's important to forgive yourself, just so people understand?
For
Or
me, I was holding on to a lot of it and blaming myself. And that was, again, for me, it was hindering for me growing as a person.
right. At the bottom line, forgiveness more than anything is for yourself. Because if you don't forgive yourself for things, you hold on to negative emotions, negative thoughts, and it really can eat away at you. So forgiving yourself is important for those reasons. Van wants to know
Absolutely.
if Dirty had Dan's hammer, would you run away?
Fuck no.
I'm guessing she'd stare eye to eye with him, so to
Yeah,
speak.
right. Talking about looking right at the one eye purple ear.
Okay. So you currently live in Washington. You mentioned that. What's your favorite thing about living in Washington?
It snows here.
Yeah, I hate that stuff.
I haven't seen snow, like really seen snow on the ground since I was about 8 living in Massachusetts.
So what is it? Not doesn't count until it's at least a foot deep. Then
Florida, it didn't snow. Texas, I didn't see any. Arkansas, didn't see any. Georgia, didn't see. Any. And it stuck for like an hour, but that's not really snow.
here's a good question, and Lena, you don't have to pin it. I've got it right here. How did you find healing to be able to get into a beautiful marriage like you're in with Dirty?
I was doing a lot of me work. And then when me and Dirty actually saw each other and he came back for my birthday, it just, for me at least, it felt like everything just fell into place. Um, I had been engaged prior, and that person, anytime I tried planning anything, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So it got stuck in my head that I wasn't worth it.
I can understand that. Um, Now you made it clear for those of us who are your friends, we know that you consider Dirty to be a pretty good father. What do you think makes him a good father?
Patience. He has patience. He's very understanding, and he doesn't mind stopping and explaining in a way that anybody can understand.
That is a good. That is
He is honestly a great guy.
it's an excellent answer. Um, Here you go. If you were on Fear Factor, what would be your biggest downfall?
Spiders. Fucking spiders.
Yeah, spiders suck if you don't have fire nearby. Um, okay, here's one that's more thoughtful. If you won the lottery, where would you live and why?
It's funny because me and Dirty were just talking about this because the Powerball's over $1 billion. I'd get good sized land and I'd be out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Good question, Lena. She said if you had a pain gun, who's the top 5 you'd get?
Like pain gun, as in like I shoot them and they're in pain.
I'm assuming that, or else she left the T off of it, but I assume it was pain. Oh,
Oh,
she said a paint gun.
paint gun. Okay. Who's the
I like
top
the idea.
top five
I
people?
like the idea of yeah, I like the idea of a pain gun though.
Right? That's where my brain went. I'm like, hang on. Who would I paintball? Anybody in a Hello Kitty costume?
Nisi, you'd have to run. Okay, pain gun. If it's a pain gun, who's your five?
Like if okay, we're going based on like it's a gun and kind of like the chick from Twilight. She looks at him and they're in pain. My ex would be one. The boy sperm donor would be one. Definitely. Absolutely.
I can understand that. My ex would be in my top five, all five. Um, let's do a couple of Clapper specific questions. First question: what do you like the most about Clapper?
You can find your people on here.
Okay,
There's a wide variety of groups, people. You can find just about anything on this app.
even the things you don't want to find, for sure.
I have a taser for that.
What is your least favorite thing about Clapper? What do you like the least about it?
All the glitches. They really need to fix them. Um,
You're right. On social media, how do you handle trolls?
oh, I fuck with them. I give them emotional damage.
All right, now I deep dive everybody I interview. I deep dive their account. Uh, for your account, it was shallow because you only have 56 videos. But I did find here, so I want to know. In one of your videos, you make a comment about you're a good girl. What makes Dirty's Midget a good girl?
Because I am a good girl and I said so.
Because you said
I'm
so.
told most of the time.
That's almost as good a non-answer as what makes you a brat. So Tabby says, where does the lollipop guild get all their lollipops?
I have to make them.
Okay. Now this question is from well, number one, I did have that conversation with Dirty, like I said, but it was already percolating in my mind because of some of the lives that I've been in with you guys.
Mhm.
So I have to know, what is your favorite spanking implement?
Okay, so I like hand spankings. I like paddles. I like straps. I like canes. I mean, hand spanking, I guess, would be the best one.
Good answer. Dirty wants to know, who is the worst person in the house to follow into the bathroom?
I'm gonna answer that one, but shut up, Vamp. Stop pointing it out. Depends on what we have for dinner. Depends on what we have for dinner. It's a toss up between Dirty and Camden.
Tabby says, so Stingy over Thuddy?
No, Thuddy over Stingy.
Scrapple Pie, welcome in. Good to see you. Would you say Clapper is like a TV show or a soap opera?
Depends on whose life you go into.
Sometimes it's like a porn show.
Really bad porn. Really bad porn.
Well, yeah, I didn't say good porn. I just said porn. Hey, Tina, welcome in. We are interviewing Dirty's Midget today, Tina, and I'm welcoming questions from everyone down in the chat. Would you like to ask Val a question? While she's thinking about it, what is something that you've learned about people since being on Clapper?
If you let them, they'll show you who they are.
Okay. Tina would like to know, who is your favorite painter?
I don't know a lot of painters. I mean, I know you got Van Gogh and Da Vinci, but Leonardo, I don't know.
So you don't really have a favorite then?
No.
Well, Ronan, that can always be rectified with another interview, brother. uh, if Dirty's Midget ran Clapper, how would it be different?
I would probably get more servers so there would be less glitches, and actually listen to the commentary from my audience, from Clapper. See what works, what doesn't, and improve on the things that don't work.
Right on. Now, Vamp and Dirty both say, can you give us the GER face?
No. Because somebody had a conversation and equated me to the little bear from the Lorax, whose name happens to be Pipsqueak.
I just like to say you look as ferocious as a kitten. But that's just me. Tabby wants to know, what's your favorite Disney movie?
God, that one's hard. That one's hard. Like, are we talking old Disney or new Disney?
Just Disney. It can be old or new. Up to you.
See, for the longest time, it was The Fox and the Hound.
Okay. Is it still The Fox and the Hound then?
I really like Moana.
Right on. It's a good movie. Better than the second Moana.
Right? I'm curious for the third. Hopefully they redeem themselves with the third.
Dan would like to know, if you ran Clapper, would there be a height requirement?
Maybe.
Musical movie, Erickson, or musical instrument? He says, what's your favorite musical? I would read that as movie, but I just want him to clarify.
Sound of Music.
Okay. There you go. What is your favorite non-Disney type movie?
I like sci-fi. I like action. I've really been into the movies with, God, I'm probably gonna mess up his name. Jason. His first name is Jason.
Jason?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty good for action movies. So, Lena wants to know, what's the one thing you would tell your younger self?
Aside from forgive yourself sooner, trust your instincts.
Good answer. Jojo wants to know, what's your favorite video game platform?
PS5.
This is Dirty wants to know, how can you explain how someone so small can take up a whole king size bed?
You have no photographic evidence that I take up the whole king size bed. Okay, I stay in my one little spot.
So Erickson says, if you were in a movie, what character would you be?
Probably the shortest one.
That would just be good casting then, wouldn't it?
Right.
Welcome in, Star. It's good to see you. We are interviewing Dirty's Midget today, also known as Val, and having fun with it too. So, I asked you? I don't know if I've asked you this one or not. If you could have, yeah. Well, I asked you if you could. Did I ask you if you had a superpower? What would it be?
Mhm.
That was teleportation, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, righty then. Um, what was it you what everybody when we're a kid we always have our ambitions of what we want to do work wise when we're grown. When you were a kid, what did you see yourself doing?
A doctor.
Well, that's cool. Jojo says, what's your favorite brand and flavor of ice cream?
Ice cream. I don't like anything with cherry. So like cherries Garcia is not for me. Or pecans. No.
Okay. Lena wants to know, if you could be Catwoman, what would you do?
Probably be, join the Slapaho tribe with claws.
Uh, you're going to love this question. Tabby wants to know, can you explain to us with detail what figging is?
For fuck's sake, Jeremy. They are not ready for this answer, Tabby. Okay, they are just not. Figging is when you take a piece of ginger, scrape off the flesh, and use it as a butt plug. That is what figging is.
Okay. You're liable to learn anything in Big Tank Talk, folks.
Pretty much.
Um, this might be, you commonly refer to Dirty as Daddy.
Yes,
Why?
because he's daddy.
So it has nothing to do with his age then.
No. Nothing to do with his age.
Lena would like to know, what's your favorite sex toy? Well,
Wand.
not be that's dirty.
Yeah.
You said.
Wand and my husband.
Jojo would
He
like
doesn't
to know
always, which is amazing. Though
Jojo
sometimes
would like to know, what is your favorite childhood memory? Well, Dirty being one of them makes sense. He's half AI anyway.
right. But he doesn't have the button to like turn it off when I'm like spent.
Okay. So Jojo wants to know, what's your favorite childhood memory?
I have two. So, and if I start crying, I apologize. When I was 5 years old, one of my bike was broken. And running into the house, waking my dad up and telling him I could ride my bike. I could ride my bike. He came down before my bus got there. He's like, all right, let me see. So I rode the bike, I balanced on the two wheels, and I remember demanding that those training wheels be off by the time I got home from school. And the other one is it was snowing, and if my mom's still in here, she'll probably laugh her ass off. I climbed up a tree, and my boots got stuck, and I was hanging upside down. I remember her coming outside, me asking, saying, Mama, I need help. She turned around and walked back in the house. She couldn't help me. She was dying.
She couldn't stand there and let you see her. All right. Erickson says, from your childhood, what was your favorite place in your childhood to hang out when you were a little girl?
The bird sanctuary. So where we lived, there was a naturalist preserve. It was a bird sanctuary, and we may or may not have broken in there. I don't know. We might have hopped a fence. It's fine. Nobody caught us. It's okay. That or Palms Pond.
Right on. Welcome in, Riley. It's good to see you. We are interviewing. You may have occasionally heard her referred to as Little Val. Gangster Granny's Big Val because Little Val's shorter, just a little bit. Good question, Dirty. What's the best? He wants to know what's the best advice you've gotten.
He's given me a lot of good advice, honestly. Breathe and let it go.
Let it go is really good advice. It's something people should follow more often, I think. Lena wants to know that simple is simple, but it's almost impossible for some people.
Yeah, it's the simplest thing to say to someone, but actually being able to do it is
Right.
It's a whole nother level.
Okay, Lena wants to know that as a mom, what was the hardest thing you had to do?
Oh God. It gets easy. Hang on.
No, it doesn't, just so you know. Being a parent doesn't get easier as you get older, as your kids get older. But the problems change, but it's not easy.
That. Making decisions, I don't know what the outcome would be. Knowing that it won't just affect me. That was the hardest thing.
Your kids are how old now, Val?
11 and 9.
I'm going to let you know when they get older. One of the hardest things you're going to have to do is let them go. Let them do their own thing, go their own way. It's really not an easy thing to do, but it is rewarding.
I can imagine.
But they have to get out and let them fall on their face a time or two because they're going to. Everybody does. Well, almost everybody, not everybody, but you got to let them find their way. And that's one of the hardest things for me is let them deal with stuff. Let them, when they got older, it's not my problem anymore. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
That's really, my grown daughters are 27 and almost 27 and 23. And that's one I still struggle with. Anyway, do you have a favorite song?
I don't know the singer's last name. I know his first name, but it would still probably be Butterfly Kisses.
That's Bob Carlisle.
Yep. I knew it was Bob. I didn't know the last name.
I used to sing that one to my older daughter when she was a baby. And I don't have a Bob Carlisle voice, but she still seemed to like it. Go figure. Lost in the Woods wants to know, when do you plan on visiting Eastern Washington? That would be the side he's on.
I don't know. The next comment that was pinned, ask him.
So what's your safe word?
I use the red light system. So green, I'm good. Yellow, I'm hitting my limit. Red, fucking stop right now.
I'll get to your question in a minute, Eric. I want to ask something that Val may be able to provide some insight on. What should a person do if they say their safe word and it gets ignored? It shouldn't. We both know that.
Yeah, it shouldn't be ignored. And if you're able to get up and move out of that situation, do so. If you're in a group environment and you use it and that person continues, somebody else in that group better be stepping in to be like, well, no, safe word was used, you stop immediately.
I believe the title for that person would be a dungeon master, somebody that oversees everything. That's the person that should step in if a safe word is used and ignored. They should immediately step in and bring it into whatever's going on. And what I got to get Erickson's question. He said he has autism. If your child had autism, how would you handle it?
For the longest time, the pediatrician thought my oldest had autism. Loud noises freaked him out. He wouldn't make eye contact. Just know what their boundaries are and help them express what they need to in a safe way. I've seen a lot of pediatric patients with autism, and knowing what the spectrum looks like, it was easier for me to help that parent with that child.
That's a good answer. Bet you I am Beck. That's Becky. She wants to know what's one thing that makes you feel like you're walking in your purpose. Good question, Becky.
That one, the only thing I can really say is the feeling I get when I wake up every morning. There's been mornings prior to this past year that I'd wake up and like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't wake up like that anymore.
That's got to be a good feeling, waking up and not having that self-doubt. Lost in the Woods wants to know, why is pineapple not your safe word?
Because pineapple's icky.
Yeah. No, it's not everybody's thing, that's for sure. Damn it, I had a question in my head and it just went away. I hate when that happens.
I did drink pineapple juice when I was trying to get my youngest out because dude had an eviction notice and he was not listening.
Tabby's right. Pineapple eats you. It's acidic and it eats you from the inside out. Dan would like to know, what is your greatest achievement or accomplishment in your adult life?
As of right now,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a big achievement. I wouldn't say it's the greatest. But I dropped out of high school and I ended up going back to college to get my medical assistant, and I passed with all A's and B's.
That's good. That's really good. Lena says, if you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
I am a ferocious tiger.
All right, ferocious tiger. If you were lost in the woods, could you hide in a rabbit hole?
Probably. Probably.
All right. The question that I lost, that's back. From the outsider's perspective, I would say that you and Dirty have a very good marriage. What makes your marriage work so well?
I know that I can go to him and talk to him about anything, and he will listen. And if I want advice, he will give it. If I'm just going to rant, he'll let me rant. And he helps me see things from a way that at that moment my brain might not be allowing me to see. And we talked about everything.
So
yeah,
you have excellent communication. That's good to know. And it's really good communication is the key of any relationship, not just a marriage. Erickson wants to know, if you were a Disney princess, and I'm not saying you're not, which one would you be?
Moana. I don't do the whole ball gown dress shit. No. Nope.
So that means you're good on a boat?
I'd go Mulan. I'm good with a bow and arrow. I'm good on a kayak, if that counts as a boat.
Well, sort of, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Um, what advice do you or would you give to new Clapper creators coming into Clapper for the first time?
Um, be careful because you could see some things that you might not want to. So be careful going into lives. Interact. Say hi in the chat. Have a conversation. And definitely have a profile pic.
All good, great pieces of advice. I'm going to take a second right now, Val, and announce that next week at 3:00, my guest for the interview will be American Truth 2. 30 wants to know, how does it feel to be able to win 90% of the limbo contest without bending?
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
Lena wants to know, what age will you and her twin, Dirty, let your children be on social media?
Yeah, 90. 90.
Thank you, Britton. And welcome
When they
in. It's good
are
to see you.
emotionally mature enough to handle it.
So it can vary from child to child then.
Yes.
I will say that Olivia had a Facebook page when she was about 13, but she absolutely didn't go on Facebook without me sitting there with her going through it. She didn't add anybody without talking to me first until she was 18, 17, and when she was able to handle it on her own. So I'm just saying. Is there a social media app you would encourage your children to not be a part of, and why?
I mean, they all have their plus sides and they all have their bad sides. A lot of them just have a lot of drama, honestly. Yeah,
So,
they tried that shit once and that was, no, I got them off of that real quick.
so how does Dirty's Midget steer through the drama on Clapper? I got your question, Peter. I'll ask it in a minute.
Not my monkey, not my mess.
Say that again?
Not my monkey, not my mess.
Oh, okay.
Is how I approach most of the drama. Not my monkey, not my mess.
So pretty much you just don't let yourself get involved in it. I dig that. That's a good answer. Peter wants to know, are the casinos in Vegas really awesome like we hear?
Not really. A casino is a casino. If you've gone to one, you've pretty much gone to them all.
Yep.
Just the carpet might be different and the layout of the games.
I would say how awesome the casino is depends on how much money you walk out of it with.
That. And remember, the casino always wins. The house always wins.
Yeah, you may have individuals walk out up by some dollar amount, but at the end of the day, the casino always makes money. Otherwise, why would they do it? And they make a lot of it. Oh. So Lena says, if you went out of the country, where would you visit?
I want to visit Scotland. I want to visit Ireland, Greece. There's a few places.
If you could only visit, but if you had to just say, this is where I want to go, the opportunity came, but you can only visit one place, which one would it be? And why? What makes it your favorite place to want to go visit?
I don't know. Italy, maybe, because I know I have family over there that I've never met.
that's a good reason why. I've been to Italy, but when I was there, it never occurred to me, because I wasn't doing my family history research or anything. It never occurred to me that I could look up family when I was there. Dirty Does Dirty's AI pay off at a casino?
Fuck yes. Yes.
So when we meet up in Vegas, if I gamble, I should make sure to be gambling with Dirty then.
Have him pick your machine. Have him pick your machine.
So Vamp says, can you pull the stick on a slut machine?
A slot machine? Some of them still have them, but most do not. It's hit the button. Hit the button again.
Is it really as rewarding or fulfilling to push a button as it was when you could pull the arm on a slot machine? I remember I did more gambling in Italy than I ever have in the United States. So Dirty says you pull his stick all the time.
Sometimes he slaps my hand away. Rude.
So, not counting one Dirty Carpenter because you married him, who are some of your favorite clapper creators?
There's this one bald gentleman that might be interviewing me. He's pretty awesome.
Thank you. I actually anticipated hearing the name Chuzzlebug, but that's near the.
The people I follow and that I interact with, I really look up and admire them.
It's
and
a
that's
mutual.
not just because I have to look up to everybody, because I mean, just saying.
Ronan says he's never heard you say it. Do you play any musical instruments?
I used to play the flute a long time ago.
How long has it been since you played it?
Over 15 years.
You know that's the instrument that Lizzie's learning to play?
Right on.
Flute. Yes, you are. You may not create a lot of it, baby, but you have. Vamp says, does that mean it's now your joystick after you married Dirty?
Yes. I licked it. It's mine.
All right. And I'll get Tabby's comment in here. She said you played the skin flute last night. And Erickson and McFadden has followed you, Val. Now, at this point, I'm satisfied that we've gotten a fair number of questions asked and answered. And at this time, I'm going to offer you the opportunity to do a shout out. Shout out can be for anybody or anything you want it to be. It's all yours.
Shout out to the family that I've made on Clapper.
Okay. We'll let you wrap it up with answering Lena's last question. Some advice you can give us before the interview ends. So if you could give us some parting advice, what would it be?
Be true to who you are. Don't change yourself for anybody else.
Absolutely excellent advice, and I couldn't agree more. My friends,
before you sign off, because it was asked many, many a time.
There's the girl face, y'all. I first and foremost, I want to shout out LD Sweets for screen recording this in Paul's place. Paul had a death in the family and couldn't be here. I want to thank my mods for pinning questions and keeping things rolling, and I appreciate all of you very much. I want to thank everyone that asked questions and helped make this interview easily a good, entertaining hour. Val, I especially shout out you for taking the time to let me interview you and put you on the spot. I know it's not something you were necessarily comfortable with. I hope by this point you're a lot more comfortable than how it started. With that said, guys, that's going to do it for this week. Don't forget to join me next week when I interview American Truth. And if you've got questions, and knowing how he is, guys, come with some really good questions, and let's let him have it next week.
Oh, God, yeah.
In the meantime, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And Val, love your face.